The arc of dialogue is a series of questions designed to help groups build trust and communication in order to have important, inclusive conversations about potentially contentious or complex topics. A full arc of dialogue includes 4 phases. Phase 1 is community building. Phase 2 is sharing our own experiences. Phase 3 is exploring beyond ourselves. And Phase 4 is synthesizing the experience. The arc of dialogue, designed by Tammy Borman and David Campt, is a flexible process and can be used fully, partially, or differently to help people and communities on the path towards positive change. For the purpose of this training video, we will be looking at examples of dialogue in the context of women's rights. At the start of the process, a set of guidelines will be established to ensure the conversation is conducted respectfully. Facilitators may ask participants to share the air, leave room for everyone to speak, recognise that our unique backgrounds and social status give us different life experiences, and seek first to understand, ask questions to clarify, not to debate. Participants may also be encouraged to engage with reading materials prior to the session. Phase 1. Community building. In the first phase, participants explore their initial thoughts on the topic and share their impressions with the dialogue group. Asking questions works to help build a learning community by breaking down artificial barriers between people as they share information about themselves and learn about others. Questions should be dialogic, meaning that they should be open-ended rather than leading questions that may suggest a right or wrong answer. They should allow participants the freedom to express their personal views and approaches to a subject. An example of a Phase 1 question could be, how do you define ally? Who is a woman in your life you respect? How did their life experiences shape how you view women's rights? Phase 2. Sharing our own experiences. Phase 2 asks participants to share their personal experiences relating to the topic, in order to see how experiences within the group are alike or differ, and why. This collective dialogue helps deepen conversations and understanding through shared experiences. Some example questions include, when has a word or particular language made you feel small? When has it empowered you? Who fits under the women's rights umbrella? How have you worked to widen it? When have you found it useful to limit it? Phase 3. Exploring beyond ourselves. Before beginning Phase 3, participants are given time to view any shared content in silence. The questions will then invite participants to explore the dialogue topic beyond their personal experiences, encouraging everyone to engage in discussion and exploration of the content and topic in an effort to learn with and from one another. Some example questions include, how can men be allies? What can only women take on? What role should white cisgendered women play in today's movement? What is the biggest barrier to achieving gender equality? Phase 4. Synthesizing the experience. The fourth phase aims to help the group reflect on the dialogue and what they have learned, identifying and making meaning from the generated insights, perspectives, and ideas. Participants are given the opportunity and space to collectively process the conversation and topic discussions. This is particularly important when topics feel overwhelming. By synthesizing the experience, reflection and learning can be turned into future discussion and action. Some examples of Phase 4 questions include, if we could continue this conversation, what would you want to discuss? How can the women's rights movement more effectively mobilise those who have previously resisted participation? And finally, what will you do differently? That concludes our stages. Remember, there is no rush. Allow time for participants to get to know each other and build trust. This is particularly important during digital dialogues, as the lack of face-to-face contact may result in more time needed to build trust between participants. We hope you find the arc of dialogue helpful as you apply history's lessons to work towards creating positive change.